Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm laughing because I feel like this is going to be a funny one today. Today we got Russians describe Americans, and anytime another country describes America, it's usually something funny said. So I'm just preparing myself. This is a post by 1420 Danil Rain. Original link in the description as always. And with that being said, we're smoking on my dragons. Divine Righteous Almighty Greats Overachieving Never Slacking. Today we are flying over to Russia. And we're going to hear what they got to say about us Americans. Here we go.
Здравствуйте.
Да.
Какие три стереотипа вы знаете о американцах?
То, что они тупые.
Oh, come on. That's the first. We're not all stupid.
То, что они тупые.
Что они тупые? Они все толстые, они тупые и любят Трампа.
Что они ненавидят Трампа и...
Они толстые.
That's funny how one person says we love Trump, and then the other person says we hate Trump. So it's just all type of stuff about Americans up in the air right now, huh? But the main ones to be happen to be stupid and stupid and fat. Damn.
Они тупые, у них есть Apple. Богатые.
Потому что они щедрые.
Жадные до денег.
Лучшая экономика, но это, я думаю, не стереотип.
Нет нестабильности с валютой. Всегда доллар.
Ленивые. Много людей работают и не любят русских.
Что они боятся русских.
Америка зло.
Во всем виноваты.
Crazy to say, but it's like they are all kind of like right. Oh man, like it's everything, a little bit of everything, I would say. You got people who love Trump, people who hate Trump. You got a lot of people who are lazy. You got a lot of people. Most people definitely work all the time. America, that's a statement. I don't think. Well, then you got. It depends, because if you talk to some baby boomers, they'll feel like nobody wants to work anymore. But then when you look around, everybody's always working. So it just depends on who you talk to, honestly. It does. And then laziness, yeah. A lot of people go to the gym, but at the same time, they when it comes to putting stuff in their body, definitely lazy on that. And they put some crazy, a lot of energy drinks, a lot of just stuff that I would think is lazy with discipline, right?
Все американцы очень жирные.
И то, что они все толстые.
Жирные, как правило.
Пончики, реднеки.
Okay, I gotta stop it again. The fat stuff, come on, guys. Every American is not fat. That is evident. Like, it's evident. It's to the point. If so many people get accused of steroids that, come on, even though there's a lot of people who use that. Personally, when I know kid, like a lot of Italian kids when I was in school specifically that I personally know, they would be on them. They would be on that heavy. You know, that people that are kind, very kind, like people I grew up with, my boys, they know who they is, no lies told. I remember a couple of them, like when I would ask, they would say, I'm trying to refrain from saying names, but they would say, you know, they just love it. This is from like middle school, and to this day, still, I'm talking about, you know, shooting it up in the buttocks, like steroids, just to have that, look. So, that I would say is a lazy mindset for sure. You know, so you can have people who are in shape, but once again, there's a lot of cheating there, and cheating to me is lazy. So I'll agree with the lazy part, but fat, it's like it's just,
Бургеры, пиво и, наверное, оружие.
Оружие.
Как вы думаете, они соответствуют правде?
Ну, стереотипы всегда не на пустом месте берутся. Частично, возможно, но...
Они все любят делать по-разному. Не так, как есть с нами, например, система измерения у них другая. Тоже не хотят выделяться больше. А в Америке все плохо, но на самом деле я так не думаю.
Толстые, тупые и, наглые, наверное, какие-то распитанные.
А вы считаете это правдой?
Нет, я с этим согласен.
Смолток ни о чем. Они говорят очень непонятно, очень быстро и непонятно.
I'm gonna have to agree with the small talk about nothing. I ain't even gonna lie. It'd be a lot of small talk that definitely gets annoying, honestly.
Как мне кажется. И высмеивающие все. Они очень веселые, всегда такие хай, а потом за спину тебе нож в спину суют. Ну и немного поверхностно.
То есть лицемерные, да?
Но не то, что лицемерные, просто у них такой менталитет.
Излишняя вежливость и политкорректность. Простота некоторая.
А что они не знают историю мира? Или если они знают, то они знают искаженные факты.
Возможно, я хотела бы там поучиться. У всех подростков есть машины, и что они любят жить в домах.
Я думаю, что лучше обучение.
Что у них всегда чистый дом. А это правда? Не думаю.
А копы?
Best education, just if you're talking like history, nah.
Свобода. Свободная Америка. Ну, типа... демократия. Она на самом деле есть, не то, что у нас.
Очень любят путешествовать по своей стране. Очень идеальный американский улыбка. Не знаю, что они едят много жирной пищи.
И много приятелей.
То есть они более толерантные, они более терпимы ко многим людям. То есть здесь больше встречается гомофобии, чем там, или расизма. Даже если люди говорят, что они не гомофобы, они говорят, я же не гомофоб, но и всегда присутствует вот это но.
Что у них бургеры вкусные самые.
Все они любят мак.
То, что они едят постоянно Макдональдс.
Ну, что у них фастфуд это основная пища.
Они едят.
They are correct. People love their McDonald's out here. Fast food is the thing, you know. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people definitely love like McDonald's. You know, it's Wendy's, Burger King. I mean, everything in America is fast. You know, unless you live in a country. But even in the country, you still got ways. You know, you still got your access to what is it called? What's that called? Where people drop off groceries and stuff. If you don't live too far out in the country, you still got access to things like that. I'm trying to remember what was that called? Where people could just like I don't remember, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Очень много фастфуда. Все, больше не знаю.
То, что там много фастфуда?
А это правда?
Ну, скорее всего, да. Да даже не скорее всего, да, это правда есть.
Вот вы бы хотели приехать в Америку и стать американкой?
Думаю, в будущем, да, скорее всего.
Да, хотел приехать в Америку.
А почему?
Мне нравится культура, на самом деле, американская, в принципе.
Да. Потому что там высший уровень жизни. Я думала о том, что я хочу жить в Нью-Йорке. Это пока мечты просто. Да, хотела бы в будущем, но я думаю, что это нужна очень большая подготовка к этому.
Пока нет. Там не так уютно, как в Европе, например.
У вас, кстати, американский флаг на футболке, или я ошибаюсь? О, вот, как раз. А вы бы хотели эмигрировать в Америку? А почему?
Периодически приезжать, да, и жить нет. Мне не по душе, в принципе, не знаю, жизнь там, в Европе, но не там.
Мне ближе Европа. Просто кажется, что это не близко мне по вайбу, в общем.
А вы бы хотели приехать в Америку и стать американцем?
Нет, мне нравится Москва.
Ну, попутешествовать, да, а навсегда, думаю, нет.
Так, на постоянной основе приезжать себе не вижу смысла.
Если только пожить какое-то время,
Да,
но
это
на постоянное
немного,
место жительства точно нет.
Я бы хотел съездить туда, пожить какое-то время, может быть год, но о полном переезде я пока не думаю.
А вы бы хотели приехать в Америку и стать американцем?
Нет.
Почему?
Ну, это другой уклад жизни совсем. Меня более чем устраивает жизнь здесь.
Нет, я люблю свою родину, хочу жить здесь.
Конечно, мечта жизни. Стать таким же полненьким.
Класс. Ладно.
Now, let me say this. There is a lot of healthy Americans, guys. I know the stereotype, and no, not everybody is fat. Even, you know, take away a lot of the, the roid abusers and things like that. You got a lot of people that are actually very healthy. A lot of people. You know, you go to the, like a trail in my hometown, you got the Vestal Trail. You'll see a lot of older folks that are like that. There's this one lady who's been like roller skating for years since a kid. I've always seen her she's got to be in her mid to late 60s. Skinny, thin. I mean, you got a lot of people who are very healthy. In America, I don't think it gets marketed as much because it seems like they don't really want people to actually be healthy. So you'll get a commercial of, McDonald's or something before you get, something that's actually healthy. And obviously, there's a lot of things that are marketed as healthy that probably aren't really healthy. So, it's a different type of war out here in America. Uh, Different type of psychological, mental war out here. But a lot of people definitely do want to look like what they see in Hollywood, the liposuction, the plastic surgeries, the what is that called now? What is it like? Or is it Ozempic or something? Something that they say all them celebrities be doing or whatever. Like it's all type of cheat codes and secrets. Personally, me, I'm healthy as a horse. I definitely eat. Sometimes I definitely get bloated for sure. But that's just digestion, really. When but I'm very, 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 very healthy when it comes to getting up and being able to sprint, being able to jog, when it comes to being able to, keep that pace, cardio, boxing, jiu-jitsu, things like Muay Thai. Yeah, that's my lane. So it also depends on what are you trying to be healthy for, because there's a lot of people who also, they pump them weights, but they never do cardio when their heart is weak. Can't even jog a half a mile. That's a problem. So you want to make sure your heart's right. Personally, me, the type of morals I live by is, as a man, I'm a kind man, but a kind man, a good man, is also a dangerous man. We protect our families, but that's always the last resort. We try to communicate first. Things like that. See, the way I'm talking to me, that results in healthiness. Because when you think like that, you're not trying to hurt people. You're not trying to walk around all tough. And to me, healthiness starts in the mind. When you're not stressing, when you're not frustrated, when you're not mad, that results in being healthy. That's why I say it's a mental war out here in America. A lot of people are always stressing, so that results in a lot of bad health. It's that stress. Yeah, I just feel like, just take care of yourself. I feel like you should take care of yourself. Take care of your heart. Take care of your heart. But the stereotypes, it's like 50-50, I'm not going to sit here 50-50. Stupid? Nah. I'm sure there's a lot of stupid people, yes, but there's a lot of seriously intelligent people in America. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a boiling pot. It's a lot of stupidity. I get it, but there's a lot of intelligent people too. Make no mistakes about it, and do not underestimate that, because you will run into some people out here who are very smart. Seriously. So you don't want to underestimate places. But I get why, from the outside looking in, why people would think that. If I lived in another place and I was, I probably think, oh man, I never want to go to America. The stuff I see. But listen, we're not all stupid. With that being said, shout out to the Russians, out there, that love America and that are very good people, because, I'm not one to sit here and just, criticize everybody and discriminate. It's not my style. And during Jim Crow, the Jim Crow area. The Jim Crow era, not area, the Jim Crow era, Russians definitely showed the so-called Black American a lot of love and let a lot of them come over there and be able to pursue their dreams when they couldn't even do certain things in America due to the Jim Crow being so strict, those laws and just the racism. So I can't forget about that. And yeah, much love. Original link in the description. I'll be back with more soon. And everybody just, I guess, do your research. The internet, I know the internet can have you thinking that certain places are a certain way all the time, but just know that's not the internet isn't the full picture, okay? All right? So just keep that in mind. See you soon.